What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm going to be doing an update on MMTLP and FINA SAG.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video guys, I will show you the latest news directly related to our story. I will show you an investigation that is directly related to the U3 halt panel that implemented the U3 halt on MMTLP back in December of 2022. I will show you why Pete Sessions and Ralph Norman are still 100% silent in regards to our case, and it is just my assumption, but I have to share my thoughts with you. And on top of that, I will share you another potential path to the resolution that we all have to try in order to have more chances to win our battle. So, and let's start with this tweet. 4 hours ago, Curtis wrote this tweet. MMTLP people are experiencing burnout after pushing so hard for nearly 600 days. It should be expected. Take care of yourself, your loved ones and the home front first. Then fight when you're able. This quote resonated with me regarding MMTLP for 100%. And this quote was made by Viktor Frankl. And he said, what is to give light must endure burning. And yes, I also see that a lot of MMTLP community members are not so active that they was just several weeks and months ago. And unfortunately, I see that a lot of people are losing faith in this case. And guys, I have to say that everything in our life has cycles. And it is like waves. At some point in time you are at the top of the wave, and in some point in time you are at the bottom, in the middle of two huge waves that are about to pull you down to the bottom of the ocean. Unfortunately, it is the psychology of the human beings, and we have to be strong. We have to know that everything has cycles. And you know, Chinese people say that right in front of the sunrise, the night is the darkest. And that is why, guys, we have to push our case forward no matter what, because at the end of the day, we are the only people who can win this battle. So, let me show you the tweet that was written in response to the Curtis' tweet. And Johnny Coldbrew wrote this 4 hours ago. Thank for all you do. In your opinion, are we going to get further behind, not only with the election, but also the assassination attempt? And Curtis wrote this, hard to tell, I'm tweaking my approach. And guys, this is quite interesting tweet. We know that Curtis has a lot of information that basically exposes a lot of wrongdoers in our case. And if he's tweaking his approach, potentially he found out another way how he can act in order to be more effective in today's environment. That is why, guys, keep an eye on his Twitter account and keep an eye on him, on himself. And I will do my best in order to show you all the potential paths to the resolutions. On top of that, guys, he published, let me show you somewhere here, this tweet 9 hours ago. Give a warm MMTLP greeting to the starting lineup for the 2022 FINRA U3 halt crew. And he published this GIF, as you can see, with all the members of U3 halt team. You can also find it, for example, at Art Burn Twitter account. And in this case, the quality of this GIF is a little bit higher. But nevertheless, guys, these people were in the panel which U3 halted MMTLP shares back in December. And let me show you some due diligence in regards to their background. So, RareDD published this. Next up from the FINRA UPC committee is Joseph Iraqi. Joseph is the Managing Director, Exposure Management for Online Investing at JP Morgan, and he is the former Chief Risk Officer for Robinhood Markets and for TD Ameritrade's regulated entities. I wonder if he knows that his potential role in U3 halting MMTLP has resulted in lives being cut short, marriages and relationships being destroyed, homes being lost and more. Did Joe benefit financially in some way from the U3 halt, or did he just prevent his friends from sustaining losses? No hard feelings on my end though. I still want your restaurant to be successful. After all, Joseph could have been the one voice on the UPC committee that wasn't in favor of U3 halt in MMTLP. If so, why not whistleblow? Eat at Joe's. And what restaurant is he talking about? Let me show you several tweets, and first of all I want to show you the tweet that was published just several hours ago. Just 5 months before Joseph Iraqi allegedly took part in U3 halt in MMTLP, he purchased a historic restaurant in Vermont for nearly $1.5 million. How many of you planned to get into the restaurant business after selling MMTLP on December the 9th and or December the 12th of 2022? How many of you would have just been fine with buying a new oven or just paying bills whether you sold for a loss or a gain? And guys, definitely we don't know the origination of this $1.5 million, the purchasing price of the restaurant. But at the same time, don't you think that the entire MMTLP saga is extremely unfair in regards to the MMTLP shareholders? At the same time, the people who was in the panel of U3 halt in MMTLP have this type of assets in their pockets, and they basically buy this type of restaurants just with almost 100% cash without any doubts. And yes, so let me show you another update from RareDD. He published this tweet again just several hours ago, this morning basically. Hey, Joseph Iraqi, you know who else had a risk management background? Sandy Leonetti, managing director of GTS Securities. Problem is, she left GTS in July of 2022 after nearly 6 years with the firm. Coincidentally, that was 5 months before MMTLP was to become a private and non-tradable security. Could it be that there were disagreements concerning taking on the risk of not closing MMTLP short positions? And guys, yes, without proper information, with the lack of information in regards to our case, we have to use any possible information that might lead to some kind of conclusions. And definitely, most of these conclusions for now, at this very moment, are just speculations. But at the same time, if just fraction of these conclusions comes to a fruition, in this case, we will have more evidence of the actions that took place back in 2021, 2022, and basically during all of this U3 halt period. And these actions and this information might lead us to some new thoughts and new potential paths to the resolutions. On top of that, guys, I have to say that unfortunately, Anna Trades reposted her recent tweet in which she explained that she was in a fear for her life. And this means that she is still afraid of this situation. And I have to say that we as a community have to help her in basically to hold strong and to be a winner in this situation. And yes, she has a lot of information, and she is a plaintiff in the RICO lawsuit that was filed by Mark Basile, and this lawsuit has a deadline that is set within just 1 week. We will see some updates from Mark Basile. And this lawsuit is also quite substantial part of our actions for now, and that is why we have to keep in mind that her information and the information that Anna has is extremely important in this case. This means it is extremely important for all of MMTLP community members. On top of that, guys, in regards to the lawsuits and in regards to the retail community in general, you know that just a couple of months ago, Richard Hofman was one of the major headliners in our case. He filed the second lawsuit right after the lawsuit that was filed by Rosa Tawil, and he did it back in January, I guess, of 2023. Then his lawsuit was switched to arbitration, and this arbitration was quite promising on the one hand, but then Richard Hofman decided to step back, and he decided to cancel his arbitration because of obvious reason. He was thinking that in the process of arbitration, judge that basically had zero intention to help MMTLP community, he could make a ruling in favor of MMTLP community, but he could set an extremely low price for MMTLP shares, basically just a fraction of a penny. And in this case, none of other lawsuits would be able to challenge this decision, and all of the MMTLP community members basically would have just a fraction of their money that is stuck at this very moment in the MMTLP shares. And guys, Richard Hofman for now, just 12 hours ago, published this tweet. GTII update. Our friend and apparent COO Luke R has just joined the suit against me. Imagine that. And Christian Shaughnessy wrote this. That is an interesting way to treat a shareholder who is just looking for answers. And yes, guys, Richard Hofman has another set of shares in GTII, and that is why he was investigating another case. And in this particular case, he received a notice that GTII sued him. And let me show you this. Phoenix Tabloid wrote this tweet 13 hours ago. New. GTII amends its defamation, libel, slander lawsuit against Richard Hofman. Let's look at the details, shall we? And as you can see, this is the first page of this lawsuit, and I have to say that, let me show you somewhere here. So, first of all, 13 hours ago he added this. GTII says Richard knew that his statements to be false, but published them solely in furtherance of his apparent vendetta against the company and the management. And what GTII is asking for. And quite obvious that GTII is asking for general and compensatory damages in an amount to be proven at trial, for attorney's fees as allowed by law, for punitive damages in an amount to be proven at trial, for costs of suit, and for such other and further relief as the court may deem just and proper. And it is quite obvious that GTII want to punish Richard Hofman because of his actions, and Richard Hofman wants just to be at a fair and transparent market, and they want to punish him by potentially substantial money loss. And for some people it might be very scary, but in my opinion Richard Hofman will handle this problem. And in general, guys, this is an evidence that we are not separated people. We are, I mean, the people from the retail, we are as a retail community. We have to unite from a small group of people who are trying to fight against authorities, the same authorities and the same wrongdoers. In regards to just different ticker symbols and companies, we have to unite and fight together. Only in this case we will be able to change the entire situation on the US stock market. And guys, for now we have a lot of actions that is happening right now on the grand scheme of things. And this is definitely the election period for Congress, the election period for US president, and we have an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. And all these actions definitely pull an attention of Congress from our case and other so-called minor cases to the major problems. And in my opinion, that is why Pete Sessions and Ralph Norman are still extremely silent in our case. And in my opinion, we just have to wait and call them to answer to the question in which direction we should go, and will Congress help us in our case. So, and let me show you another quite interesting update from Syntax Queen of the Metaverse. I found this tweet. So, Patrick Bet-David wrote 13 hours ago, who would you like to see on the podcast next? And Patrick Bet-David basically is a host of podcast PBD podcast, it as you can see right here, and he has more than 1 million followers. And definitely, as I already mentioned, the more people know about our case, the more chances we have to solve it in our favor. And guys, take a look right here. Syntax Queen of the Metaverse answered to this question like this. I think Anna Trades would be an amazing interview. The girl who is confronting our gangsters' corrupt SEC, a warrior against market manipulation and the counterfeiting of US securities. In the courts, the halls of Congress and in X. This girl's story is amazing, and what she can tell you about the corruption in DC and how members of Congress and their staff protect the criminals who are stealing from the 99%. It would be an eye-opening for so many. And guys, it is not the only thing that we have in regards to the Patrick Bet-David podcast. Junk Savvy also responded to the same tweet this. David Nunes to discuss the criminal enterprise destroying our capital markets with counterfeit shares and how DGT, MMTLP and others are fighting back. And guys, in general, these two tweets just prove my words that we have to unite and we have to use any possible path to the resolution. We have to use all the cases together and we have to unite as the major retail community to fight back and to win this battle. That is why, guys, never give up and let's move forward. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap, only